what's up guys? Sonya Looney here. I wanted to show you my brand new Scott Spark 900 Ultimate. So, I'm pretty excited about this bike. Come over here, cameraman. I'm pretty excited about this bike because Scott has changed their suspension platform. So, I've never ridden this suspension platform. I think it's going to corner and just be super awesome because the way that the suspension pivots is very different than the way it used to pivot. So, I can't wait to tell you guys what I think about that. But with my bike builds, I don't just do the stock build. I actually do a custom build myself with all my sponsors. Thank you so much to all my sponsors for helping me be able to do that. So I have the Scott Spark 29er frame, and it's a 120mm fork, and you can see that this comes with the 34mm Fox fork, and that means that the stanchion is girthier, if you will. And the rear shock, which is different from last year's, this is also a 120 in the rear, so I'm excited to have the extra squish. That also gives you extra potential energy whenever you want to do jumps, so whenever you push into the shock, you can push out even more, which is a benefit of more suspension. I have the Fox Transfer dropper seat post. I've never used it before, so I'm looking forward to that. I have Ritchey cockpit here, so I have Ritchey stem and a carbon handlebar from Ritchey. I have their trail on my enduro bike, and this is their Super Logic for my cross-country bike. The Wahoo Fitness Bolt. This is a brand new bike computer from Wahoo Fitness as well, so I'll show you guys how to use that a little bit later. I have Shimano XTR build on this bike as well, so I have XTR brakes, 180 rotors. I have the trail brakes, not the XC brakes, so that they give you that extra 20 to 30% stopping power on the brakes. And currently I have a 1x on this bike, but for some of my stage races I actually want a 2x, and I want that extra gear range. So this bike has the ability to put a front derailleur on here so that you can have a 2x11 setup, but right now I have it set up as a 1x11 for riding in BC. I went with a 32 tooth chainring on the front, and the range on this goes up to a 40 in the back. I chose a 32 in the front because it's going to make me work a little bit harder on those climbs, and it also makes the ride to and from the trail a bit more enjoyable because you have a bigger gear for pedaling on the road and on the downhills. Let's see, I have the Stans NoTubes Valor Carbon wheels on this bike, and they have the Neo Ultimate hub, which has unlimited engagement. Which is awesome, and you want your hubs to be as efficient as possible. And as always, I'm running the Continental X-King 2.4 protection tires. This is what I run on all of my cross-country bikes. It's the dual tire. I don't use it for enduro, but for cross-country riding, it's pretty awesome. And I have DI2 on this bike. I didn't mention that. So this sound, that's the sound of the Terminator, but it's electronic shifting, which I love. I have my lockout right here for the front and the rear. I have a Topi carbon bottle cage, so no extra weight added. As built right now, this bike weighs 23.9 pounds. That's with two 180 rotors on it and a dropper seat post and the 34mm fork. So I think that's an awesome weight for a bike with such capability. And this bike is great for almost trail riding. I'll have to find out today, but it's very capable for gnarly technical riding. The head tube angle is definitely a bit more slack than the older model, and it's lightweight, so it's also going to go fast. It locks out, so you can be efficient. So guys, I'm really excited to ride my new bike today, and I'll let you know how it goes. Bye!